Hello, Narnach here. Oh, welcome back to Path of Exile. We have arrived in the northern forest for the second time through, right? This being cruel. So between episodes, I did a little bit of a gear tweaking.
That was fun.
I noticed that my Frostbolts are now coming out one at a time rather than two. And that is because I did some re-evaluation of how I actually use it, and most of the time
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
I'm not actually chain casting it at a single target. It's more like that I'm shooting at a group, and then a spread is probably a bit better than just having multiple casts of the same Frostbolt. Oh, and no, the second, because the Hypothermia is on, I do benefit from casting multiple in a row. Well, when I don't need it, it's nice to be able to just walk away after the first cast rather than having to stick around for the second cast. In more dangerous situations, having to stick around for that second cast is the thing that's going to get you killed. I've luckily never actually had it myself, but I've seen friends die due to being locked in place. So I had a little bit of a re-evaluation, and I decided to put Controlled Destruction in. This reduces your critical chance, but the interesting thing is that 100% reduced critical chance can't reduce it below its base crit rate. So the Frostorb, keep calling it Frostorb, it's Frostbolt. It has a base crit rate of 5%. I've got a couple of plus crit chance modifiers from the skill tree just as a side effect of things, not because I intentionally targeted them. But there's 20% increased crit chance, so normally it's going to go from 5 to 6%. Equipping this one, it will reduce it back to 5%, but on the other hand, it's a 33% more damage. That's a lot of damage. Well, 33% to be precise. And as a result, rather than having two hits that follow quickly after each other that do moderate damage, I have a single cast that does a lot more damage. I think the Spell Echo version, it dealt about 100 points of damage, or 1000 points of damage on average, and I now do 1500 points on average per single hit. You could say, well, no, the Spell Echo, it casts twice after each other, so in a short succession, within 0.9 seconds, you get two casts of 1000, so you do 2000 damage per 0.9 seconds, because that's, you click the button once, that's what you get. And in this case, I cast once per 0.7 seconds, and I do more damage. So my DPS went down, but the effective damage is probably gone up, because the single hit is all I need, and it does more damage. Also, someone killed my Golem. Buggers. And also an interesting side effect is that I use a lot more mana now. Even though the spell is actually 3 points cheaper to cast. Well, on the other hand, I did get myself a new wand that no longer has mana regen on it, so that might also have something to do with it. So random loot that dropped, +1 to cold gems and +80. No, it's +90 to spell damage. That's a massive bonus. Because the +90 to spell damage, it affects all the spells. Not just the frost bomb that it is that's socketed in it. It's nice. Life on kill is things like that, they are not strictly needed because I'm using energy shield, but I guess they're nice enough to have anyway. For those few dire situations where I need it, or when I'm taking chaos damage, or things like that. Let's see, Blacksmith. Extra rarity, cast Ice Nova, so let's stick around, shall we? And so a golden crit like that, 80% increased global crit strike is pretty nice once I start focusing on crit damage in Merciless. But until then, I'm just gonna focus on roll base damage, extra chance to freeze, a lot of defensive abilities. Crit is basically not gonna happen until level 70. Because before that there are other priorities. This is loot, and you go die. And it still works for just laying down a field of damage with the Vortex. Obviously Vortex benefited from the increase to spell damage, including the damage over time component. It's 825 damage per second. And that's the waypoint. Do we need to go back? Nah, we don't need to go back. Ooh, killer. I approve. It's always good to have more Chaos Orbs. If for no other reason than that it allows me to buy upgraded gear when I want to. Most of the time, no, especially while leveling, I try to stick to a maximum of 1 Chaos per item that I trade. Just to keep it affordable, and most of the time you're gonna
Just need a
change out of gear rather quickly anyway. And this way it's also, I feel like, the gear upgrades I'm getting, they are achievable for anyone, because anyone can get 1 Chaos Orb. They just drop randomly. But if you're talking about gear that costs like multiple Exalt Orbs, or like dozens of Chaos Orbs, that's where you need to be really lucky, or grind a lot, or be smart about trading. But no Chaos here, Chaos there, or maybe things like Orb of Fusing or an Alchemy Orb. Those, they keep things realistic. And for now, that's what I'm gonna stick to. Just while leveling, about 1 Chaos, maybe 2 if it's something really, really good. Most of the time, more expensive gear is just not worth it. Basically all the unique items that drop below, say, level 50, maybe even level 60, they're really cheap to trade for. And no good white base items or just decent rares, they are usually pretty good to trade for. And also with uniques, if you don't want the very, very highest end, that's good. Also the 13 int requirement is, I don't know, it's a bit of a weird interaction that the game is not quite handling very well. So this wand requires 146 intelligence, but Atziri's Foible reduces it by 25%. So I can actually equip it when Atziri is equipped. If I take it off, I can't. But the game is, some game systems are aware of it, others are not. Which is, well, it's interesting. Suggests that they don't have a unified system for checking requirements, but it seems to be something that's kind of scattered throughout the code. It's the only logical explanation I can come up with why this is not consistently displayed. And Hypothermia, okay. Up the stairs we go. So, immortality totems. Love them, hate them, but kill them all the way. And boom. This works so beautifully. Well, in some aspects this build, it has similar mechanics as Essence Drain Contagion. But it's in reverse, and there's no very viral aspect to it. But still, the coordination between the skills and just the timing, it's I like it. I really like it.
God bless you on this fine day,
Elion.
Exile.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be level 5. Well, actually, let's clear things up a little bit. Bow Slasher. Bow Slasher, the dead. Who dropped a superior serpent wand that only has 2 sockets, making it inferior. Also, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 totems.
Sadly, this holy site is...
Okay, we can do that.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
So that's 2. That's 3. Apparently there's also monsters about. And there's another one down there. Ooh, summon Ice Golem. I want that.
God reward.
Ta-da! Level 5. I believe level 5 was where you upgrade him to a medium-sized hideout and you get an extra master in it. That would be rather excellent, actually. Because then I can get Katarina in there for my daily quest as well. So currently it's Haku. Why I keep Haku around? Oh yeah, of course, armor crafting. Want to level the armor crafting. Then Elrion, because, well, he upgrades jewelry, and he's got a really cool looking hideout. And Katarina, obviously, because of the whole caster bonus thingamajig, I can use her to enchant wands. Tora for belts and boots. Putting movement speed on boots is pretty useful. Yeah, also we're gonna take out the boss here. Nothing too surprising, obviously. We have maxed out resistances. This is gonna be a walk in the park. I say with my famous last words before I die, right? Okay, okay, just keep killing him. So, standard operation is just cursing him. Yeah, you go shoot, mister. Oh. Oh, I'll kill you all the same. It's yeah, battle gets pretty easy. Just Frostbomb, Curse, Vortex, and then just Frostbolt him until he dies, or moves, or one of the other skills disappears. But Vaal Oversoul, I don't know. He really lost his teeth.
I like darkness as much as the next
Yeah.
assassin, but that was overdoing it.
Or maybe it's like just like with Dominus. Once you figure out how he works and how to defeat him,
It's so good to be back in the city.
the sting is out, and is no longer as threatening, as intimidating, as powerful as you once thought it was. Just because you know to over-prepare. Let's see. Level 48 area, that's good for items. Most of the areas before were in the mid 40s, now they're in the late 40s. So, with a bit of luck, we're gonna get into the 50s territory anytime soon. It's nice if your gear matches your level, rather than being a couple levels under level. Let's see. Boom. Look at that.
Low on mana.
Oh, see. So, mana definitely an issue. Also, let's do some recovery of my energy shield here.
A
And
pained
that's
spirit hijacks a body and will not be stopped by their body's demise.
Okay, I felt kind of compelled to kill the guy.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Silver coin, armor scrap, And let's see how much of the rares we can pick up here. So far, pretty darn good. And iron rings I don't really care about right now. Oh. I need this before we trigger it. What's it gonna contain? Lightning storm, skeletons, more items, rarity. Good. Vortex on spawn. Yeah, it feels a little bit like cheating, but it works. It just works. Also, you guys, stop loafing off. Really? As I keep saying, there ought to be a game rule against monsters running away from their spawn point. And we made it to town and we have a lot of time to spare. So let's make it to the next waypoint. This is again the obligatory welcome to town lag spike. And then we leave town again. And then we teleport back to town. Ice from above. Ah, cool. So we get frost tempests in the area. That's fine with me. Yeah, let's sell all the things. At least put a good attempt at it. So, let's see, not worth keeping. Armor, yep. Nope, this is pure armor, we don't really care. This is actually not quite bad as far as armor is concerned. Dagger, pretty good crit rate, extra cold damage, even further increased crit rate. This is a pretty decent caster dagger. There's no extra spell damage on it. But 124% increased critical chance for a crit character. I'm gonna stash that. Might eventually be useful. This is more like what I'm talking about. Nearly 60% increased spell damage. And over 100% increased crit damage. That's good. We'll just stash those away and just put them in a leveling bin. Then everything else is just a currency. And this is something, actually, Frost Golem. Yeah, it's level 1. We'll just put it in there. Okie dokie. And then we take our portal back and deal with the ice from above. So the nice side effect of ice from above is of course increased quantity and rarity of items. It's like a mini-map. And the funny thing is, I have some minor synergy with frost damage. Might have, for some reason. So these portals, chilling enemies and things like that is gonna be pretty useful. Having pre-chilled and ready to die. Hello there, silver coin. How are you? Ice Golem, how cute. Gonna get me one of those. Probably at a later point. But for now, I really like the stone golem. Now the regen it provides, it's pretty darn potent. There's no... Nope, that's it. Not keeping the stone golem for its nice warm personality. Nope, I'm really utilitarian. I like the bonuses it provides. Hello there, spirit walkers. And there's another silver coin. That's the second one in this area. So. Because we are now nearing level 50. I think I'm starting to fade out uniques that are on level, but that are just large to keep in your
Treat
inventory.
life and death with equal grace, it's said. If I were death, I'd take offense at this place.
Poor Tolman. You think you have a decent life, and then you run into piety. And then your decent life is gone. You would say rest in peace, but from the sound of it, his death was not very peaceful. Ooh, we found the Trial of Burning Ground with a locked door and a lever. Hello there, lever. Another locked door. Another lever. And then, okay, some time to recuperate. Let's re-summon our Golem, since I think it has a little bit of an issue with the damage here. Lock door. Port over here. Then bide our time for a little bit until the fire goes away. Yep, just catch the tail end of the fire, and then by the time our energy shield is gone, it should kick in for a regen. Oh, not even.
Allow your wisdom to be tempered by the flames of the past.
I think this is an easier version of the trial than I've done in the past. Oh, hello there, hate beats. So in the past, behind some of the doors you had like a rare pack with extra fast bomb thrower. And you were supposed to be locked in the sewers. Speaking of locked in the sewers, I believe there are some achievements associated with Cruel Act 3. After we defeat Piety, let's have a look at it. See if this area needs to be fully cleared or not. Let's see, staircase up there. Is that the Piety staircase? Yes, it is. Ooh, lucky me.
My shadow continues to nip at my heels. Bag it and tag it, boys and girls.
Here, die.
Hold still, specimen.
Hey, let's see if we can get her down to 0 again. Yep.
Enough
Boom,
of this.
boom, boom. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 frostbolts after she already hit 0 health. If the game weren't holding your hands, Piety, you'd be dead multiple times already. Hey, so, challenges. Cruel quests. There's basically all the other ones in here are Act 3 quests. Clear the cruel sewers. Okay, so slum sewers, market sewers, warehouse sewers. That's gonna be a lot of sewers. We'll see. Clearing areas is usually the most tedious bits of the entire game. My personal opinion, of course. So I might actually just do that. And then you'll see me again once I've surfaced out of the sewers. For a change. I'll record it in case, you know, I die or something. But chances are we will meet again on the marketplace rather than in the sewers. I think that's gonna be a better idea. Yeah. So I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and I'll hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.